The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good evening, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 30th day of January 2023. And we say goodbye and farewell to Bobby Hull, who really was the first player in NHL history to curve the stick to hit a heavy slap shot to terrify opposing goalies. One of the reasons why several goalies actually started to wear facial protection, because Bobby could get the stick up off the ice and all that. Of course, he won the Stanley Cup with the Chicago Blackhawks in 1961, played with the Hawks till 1972, jumped to the WHA, ended up being a teammate of Gordie Howe, of all people. Gordie Howe you'll see tonight because it is the Hawks and the Wings. And would play one more time in the NHL in 1980 with the Hartford Whalers. He was a teammate of Gordie Howe there. So we pick again December or November 10th, 1965. Over the course of, this was the last of the original 6 seasons, and over the course of the 70-game season, you played everybody 14 times. And the team that Chicago had the best regular season record was against the Detroit Red Wings. And so we want to give someone in our tribute game a chance to actually win the bloody game. However, in real life, Detroit beat this team in 6 in the playoffs before losing to Toronto or Montreal to win the Stanley Cup. So we go back again to November 1965. Put on your Beetle wigs and all that. It's the Detroit Red Wings and the Chicago Blackhawks next. I'll adjust the sound if you need it. This is actually using Action PC20 Hockey 2022. Just bought it and some of it was already dolled up. All right, your starters for this one, for the visiting Red Wings, it's Hall of Fame City Norm Ullman at center, 31 goals, 41 assists. Gordie Howe on the right, 29 goals, 46 assists, 83 penalty minutes. Alex Delvecchio, 31 goals, 38 assists, 16 penalty minutes. Bill Gadsby and Gary Bergman are on the defense. Both of them took some penalty minutes. And Roger Crozier's in the net for the Red Wings at .278 goals against average and a save percentage of .904. For the Chicago Blackhawks, Phil Esposito, who would eventually go to Boston, is your starting center. Stan Mikita's on the right, a 30-goal scorer. Bobby Hull on the left, a 54-goal scorer. More amazing in his 70-game season. 43 assists, 70 penalty minutes. Pierre Palat is the left D, and Pat Stapleton is on the right, 2 stay-at-home defensemen. Glenn Hall is in the net for the Hawks. A goals against average of .263 and a save percentage of .917. And so, as we go over here, how you doing, Matt and Bernie? The computer will be running the lines. I'll be making the decision for the Hawks here at Chicago Stadium. Everybody gets the organ going. So Ullman and Esposito at center ice. And the Hawks will go with a balance. Is that too loud? All right, face off. Esposito wins it. Bobby Hull has it. Boy, I got to slow that down. Hull takes it over the line. Passes to Stapleton. Behind the net now to Esposito. He's got Stapleton for a blue line special. As soon as I slow down, the play-by-play. Hopefully that's not there. I want scoreboard team colors, goalie photos. I want the play-by-play. Okay. I think that should do it. Yep, rest in peace for sure. All right, so Esposito behind the net. Finds Stapleton at the blue line. Stapleton's going to shoot. Pat Stapleton shoots. That goes wide behind the net, and I believe they're over the glass, and we'll have a face-off and a line change. Hay is at center with Bones and Keith Wareham on the wings. Vasco and Jarrett, the defenseman for Detroit. Andy Bathgate. Wow. With Paul Henderson. Henderson scores the goal. On the wings, Smith at center. Bathgate will take the face-off. Barkley and Marshall, the defense. The Hawks will draw it back. Face-off in the Detroit zone. Linesman drops the puck. Andy Bathgate wins it for the Red Wings. Barkley skates it out to Henderson. Plays it ahead into space. Bathgate recovers. Bathgate with a wrister left side. First shot on Hall is a rebound and deflected out of play, and we'll have a face-off opening minute here in the Bobby Hull tribute game. Pretty heavy music for 1965. Hay and McGregor on the face-off. The wings change forwards. Hall and McDonald are now on the wings. No changes for the Hawks. Why do I use the vertical as opposed to the horizontal? It makes it easier for me to see and to read the play-by-play. Battling in the face-off circle. Red Wings have it in the zone. McDonald over to Hall. Now McGregor. McGregor behind the net. McGregor has the putt. Skates it around. McGregor shoots. Hall with a save. And a face-off coming. 1:06 into the game. Bathgate out to take the face-off now against Keith Nestorenko. Maki and Stanfield on the wing. Stanfield will go to the Bruins. Vasco and Jarrett on the D. Marshall and Barkley for the wings. We play balanced. Andy Bathgate wins the face-off for the wings over to Smith. Smith. The center shoots, and Hall makes the save with the pad. And it goes to Vasco, and the Hawks will skate this out. Vasco. Now to Maki. Andy Bathgate checks him in the wall. The Red Wings have it. Bathgate over the line. Behind the net now. Bathgate looking for someone to pass to. Marshall. Scoring chance for Marshall. For the Wings. Scores! Marshall! Hall got beat. Stick side low. Bathgate from Marshall as there's some pushing and shoving. And now it'll be Dennis Hall, Phil Esposito, and Ken Hodge for the Hawks, along with Bones and Ravlich. McGregor, McDonald, and Hall for the Wings. The great Gadsby and Watson on defense. 1-0 Wings, 1:56 into the hockey game. Esposito wins the face-off for Chicago. Goes over the line, dumps it around. Dennis Hull has it. Hull to Esposito. A slap shot. Steve Tate says, go Wings. Turn just in time for a goal. You're not supposed to be rooting for the opposition in a tribute game. Jeez. Espo fires. Crozier gets it off the pad. Loose in front. Puck remains loose. Brian Watson, Dennis Hull scramble for it. Watson has it for the Wings to McGregor. And here come the Wings again. McGregor over the line. McGregor checked by Hodge. Here come the Hawks behind the net. Espo over to Dennis Hull. Bobby's brother flips it around the corner. Esposito on the dump and chase over to Hodge. Long shot for Hodge from the right wing. And that'll miss everything wide. Off target left. Now to Hall. Now Gadsby. 17:04 to go first period. 1-0 Wings. McDonald in possession. He's in trouble. He loses the puck. Chicago has it in the zone now. Esposito. Phil. Who's he going to pass to? He's going to actually shoot. No requirement to win in a tribute game. No, that's true. No, you've never seen my tribute games before. It's often not the case. As D. Scott Howard says, Esposito's going to wrap it around. He's got a scoring chance. Espo, no. Crozier makes the save, and he'll hang on. Nestorenko out there with Stanfield and Maki, Vasco and Jarrett. Andy Bathgate again taking the face-off in the right wing with Henderson and Smith in the Detroit zone. 16:31 to go, opening period. 4-2, shots in favor of the Wings. Nestorenko and Bathgate tap the sticks on the ice, run by the Hawks. Stanfield slides it over to Jarrett. Jarrett, is he going to pass? Yeah. Going to cross ice pass to Vasco. Vasco walks it up. He's going to shoot, and Crozier makes the stop. And we'll have a face-off. 15:59 to go. Some pushing and shoving. Moans, Hay, and Wareham for the Hawks. McKinney, Fontaine, and Gordie Howe for the Wings. Watson and Gadsby on defense for Detroit. Palat and Ravlich for the Hawks. Hay will draw this one back. Puck is dropped, won by the Hawks. Hay has it, passes it to Palat. Over to Wareham behind the net. Wareham has Hay open for an outside shot down the boards. Hay. They made a song after him. Hey, hey. Shoots it and way wide right. Controlled by Gordie Howe. Here come the Wings. McKinney over to Gadsby. Now to Fontaine. Gets around Palat. McKinney dumps it around. They'll play dump and chase. Gordie Howe has it. Over to Gadsby. Back to McKinney at the point. Delayed penalty coming up. Palat steals it. It's going to be on Chicago. And Moans gets called for the hook. So it'll be 5-on-4 for the Wings. Steve Tate came in at the right time. McGregor with Henderson and Smith on this power play. Marshall and Gadsby. The Killers, Eric Nestorenko, Pierre Palat, Bill Hay, and Pat Stapleton. Hawks play to clear it. 15:15 to go, first period. Nestorenko wins it, and Chicago clears it all the way down. Marshall starts it up for the Wings. He'll bring it back up. McGregor controls the puck over to Henderson. Henderson over the line. Over to Smith. Smith has it. Hit hard by Palat. Chicago tries to clear. They're short-handed. 1:25 to go in the power play for Detroit. Nestorenko clears it all the way down. Detroit will change up. And here come the Wings. Chicago changes. McGregor for Detroit. Over into Smith behind the net. Smith has it. Skates around. Fires. Blocked by Pierre Palat. Off his knee. Stapleton has it. Chicago gets it out to center. Now they skate all the way down. Last 38 seconds of the Wing power play. 1-0 Detroit. 13:53 first period. Smith dumps it around the corner. Detroit tries to get it back. Henderson has it. Henderson shoots. Henderson as Hall clears it away. So that's the first shot. Hall couldn't find it. Palat contains the rebound, clears it out, and that will take care of the power play. So just one shot for Detroit. 5-3 in favor of the Wings. 13:15 to go. Bert Marshall has it for the Wings. Marshall sticks it up the ice. Along the boards, Gordie Howe has it. Gordie. Face off right wing. Misses everything high. Off the boards. Controlled by one, Bobby Hull, who leaves it Hull in front of the bench. Delvecchio knocks it away. Detroit has it at center. Delvecchio over to Howe. Over the line. Cross ice to Delvecchio. Back to Bert Marshall. Why would you want Bert Marshall to take the shot? Hall gets a piece of it and will save it. And so it's Esposito, Makita, and Hull. The stadium moans. Usually. So I don't call a lot of hockey. 12:16 to go. First period. 6-3 the shots in favor of the Wings. The only thing moaning at Chicago Stadium is that organ. Holman and Esposito on the face-off. Espo wins it to Makita. Dumps it around. They'll chase it down. Bobby Hull has it. Crowd gets excited about that. Bobby Hull has control. Bobby. Down to Makita. Makita behind the net. Out to Stapleton for a blue line special. Stapleton skates up. Winds and fires. Blocked by the great Gadsby. Howe has it. Detroit will change. 11:50 to go. First period, 1-0 Wings. Gadsby tries to break it out. McGregor loses control of the puck. Chicago has it at center. Stapleton. Now Esposito over the line. Esposito. His wrister blocked by McGregor. Or Gadsby, rather. Gadsby has it. Everyone changing up again. 11:06 to go. Opening period, 1-0 Wings. Both teams change it up. Here comes Gordy. Gordy in trouble. He tries to move it up. Dumps and chase. Delvecchio will chase it down. Over to Norm Ullman. Delvecchio. Now Gordy Howe behind the net. Howe looking for somebody. Norm Ullman in the slot. Hall with a save. Puck is loose. Puck is still loose. Vasco knocks it away, but only till Delvecchio now has behind the net. Over to Ullman. Scoring chance for Ullman in the slot. Hall with a good stop. Gets it with a stick, deflects it in the corner. Ullman and Hodge fight for it. It's going to be Kenny Hodge. Now to Espo. 10:24 to go. Hawks will be aggressive. They trail 1-0 here in the first. Both teams change. Bobby Hull loses the puck. Detroit has it in the zone. Over to Henderson. Back to Andy Bathgate. Over to Smith. Smith behind the net. Finds Henderson. Henderson with a scoring chance near the right dot. And Hall stands tall. 9:50 to go in the first period. 9-3. Shots in favor of the Wings. Again, not 1965 music here at the stadium. Hay, Wareham, and Moans for the Hawks with Palat and Ravlich. McKenney, Howe, and Fontaine for the Wings, on the Wings, with Gadsby and Watson. Hay and McKenney on the face-off. Linesman drops the puck. Hay wins it. Moans up the ice, over the line. Moans over to Palat, to Wareham. Penalty coming up, and it's going to be on Gordy Howe. So the Hawks are going to go on the power play for the first time tonight. 9:36 to go, opening stanza. Wings 1, Hawks nothing. Moaning about the Moans penalty. And you stole that from RJL. There you go. So McGregor and Hay on the face-off. Gordy got called for 2 minutes for tripping. Hay wins it. Moans over to Stanfield. Stanfield, a slapper. And Crozier just catches that one out of the air, and we'll get a face-off. These people dressed in their suit, ties, and mink coats are just kind of stunned by the music being played here. McGregor and Hay again on the face-off in the Detroit zone. Hay wins it again to Maki. Over to Moans. Moans, the defenseman. Short slapper for him. Crozier gives up the rebound. He gets the save, can't control it. The puck is loose in front of the net. Bergman knocks it away. Hay's got it over to Moans. Now Stanfield. Stanfield behind the net. He's got everybody open, but he's going to go with a wraparounder himself. Going to try it. Tries to stuff it home. No! Crozier again. A little push and shove after the window, and the first line's out there. It's Hull, Esposito, and Makita with Palat and Stapleton. McGregor and Bathgate, the forwards. Marshall and Gadsby, the defensemen. 1:17 left in the hook from Gordie Howe. 8:53 to go in the opening period. 1-0 Red Wings. They've outshot the Hawks 9-6. Puck is dropped. Makita will win it. Chicago on the power play. Palat over to Bobby Hull. Now they pass it around. Once again, it's Hull. Hull is going to shoot from back there. Quick release shot. Oh, he thought he had it. Crozier saw it all the way. Another change. 53 seconds to go on the power play. 8:29 to go, first period. The Hawks have put 4 shots up on this power play, and Crozier has been a brick wall. Stanfield and Mackey out there for the Hawks this time around. Chicago wins it. They're on the power play still. Moans over to Hay. Back to Mackey. Now to Moans. Moans. What's he going to do? He's going to try and penetrate. He had 22 goals as a defenseman. Moans gets around Barkley. Moans shoots. Rebound. Crozier got a piece of it. Allows the rebound over to Hay. Hay back over to Stanfield. Feeds Hay in the middle. Hay did a little. Low angle shot. Mackey deflects it wide. Crowd moans and groans again. Barkley has it for the wing. Sends it back out. Now to Stanfield. 27 seconds left to go in the Howe penalty. 8:03 in the first. 1-0 Wings. Hay skates it up over center ice. Now over the blue line. Over to Mackey. Moans. Carl wants to feed Hay in the middle as soon as I hit the button. Moans passes to Hay. Scoring chance blocked by Henderson. McKenney over to Barkley, and Detroit will clear this and end the power play. But 6 shots for the Hawks, and they couldn't do anything with it. 7:36 to go, opening period, 1-0 Detroit. Chicago balanced. Here's Moans. Now to Hay. Stanfield over the line. Over to Hay. Power play coming up on Detroit as Gordy gets called. Well, no power play. 4-on-4. Howe and Mackey argue about who's going to be the pallbearer. And so Howe gets 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. And Mackey gets 2 minutes for roughing. So 7:20 to go, first period. The organist, hey, excuse me, I'm working. The cat tried to poke my ear. You want to cuddle? You go cuddle, but you don't do that. So the cat gets 2 minutes. So Wareham and Ullman for the face-off, 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. They hope to draw it back. Face-off in the Detroit zone. Chicago wins it. Wareham has it himself. Behind the net. Hi, Zelda-Ron. Things are well. Mackey takes Howe with him. Yep, little rough and tumble stuff for 1965. Pass to Palat. Blue line special here. Scoring chance as Pierre skates up towards the left dot. Pierre shoots. Moans tips it in and scores! 1-1. Palat set that one up. Moans tipped it past Crozier. And that's it. That's a goal. I hope this doesn't get any copyright hits. So Moans from Palat and Wareham at 13:07. 15 face-offs in the period. So it'll be Makita and Hull out there, Bobby Hull out there against Delvecchio and Henderson. In a 1-1 game. Minute 33 to go in the matching minors to Howe and Mackey. Makita wins the face-off over the zone. Over to Bobby Hull. Crabs up for this one. Hull. That stick is curved. He shoots. Oh, he missed everything except for the glass above the net. Bert Marshall has it. And here come the Wings. Delvecchio over to Henderson. Slaps it around. Delvecchio going to take a shot himself. Shots now 9 aside for these two teams. Alex shoots. All saw that one all the way, and we get a face-off. 52 seconds to go in the matching minors. Wareham and Ullman. That's enough of that. Off to play it. Off in the face-off. Ullman wins it for the Wings in the zone. Smith. Shot wide. Jarrett will block it for the Hawks. Vasco skates it out. And the Hawks will just be easy with it. 30 seconds to go in the minors. Moans has it. Moans behind the net. Really no one there. And they will just cycle it around as the minors should be just about done. Wareham has it behind the net. And he will cycle it out. Let's see if this will end the power play or the minor penalties. Yes, both Howe and Mackey are back on the ice. Moans has it. Chicago still has it in the Detroit zone. Again, no one really there to open it to, so they'll cycle it once more. 5:20 to go first period. Moans has it again. Now Wareham is open on the right. Moans tries to feed him. Can he do it? Yes, Wareham in the slot. Scoring chance. Crozier with a good save. And with 4:58, here comes Bobby Hull. With Esposito and Makita, Ullman, Delvecchio, and Howe. Esposito hopes to draw out his face-off back. He does win it. And it's over to Palat. Pierre trying to find somebody. Over to Bobby Hull behind the net. Esposito's open in front of the net. Hull tries to feather the pass to Esposito. Phil's got it. Scoring chance. Crozier is there. And there's a line change as Bobby's brother Dennis comes on the ice with Kenny Hodge and Esposito. 4:31 opening period, 1-1 to score. Shots 11-10 in favor of the Hawks. McKinney and Esposito out for the face-off. It'll be Esposito again. Chicago's won a ton of these. Over to Hodge. Hodge behind the net. Esposito down the dasher trying to get a shot. If Hodge can get the pass, he can. Esposito skates it just in front of the dots. Long shot. Crozier with the save. McKinney has control. The Wings will skate it out. 4:17 to go. 1-1 first period. Fontaine over the line for the Wings. Over to Howe. Howe to Bergman. Bergman has it over to Fontaine. Now to Howe. Howe behind the net. Who's he going to feed? He's actually going to take the shot himself. Skates around. Fires on Hall. And Glenn makes the save. 5-hole shot. And that will do it. 3:47 to go here in the first period. An action-packed first period here at Chicago Stadium. Bathgate and Esposito on the face-off. Hodge and Dennis Hull with Phil. Remember, Phil started with Chicago and would be traded to Boston. Don't ask me who he would be traded for. One of you is going to know. It'll be Bathgate with Smith at center, but Bathgate over from the Rangers taking the face-off, and Paul Henderson thinking about a night in Moscow. Face-off in the Blackhawk zone. Bathgate wins it. Right call for Detroit. Now to Smith. Back to Bathgate at the blue line. Bathgate skates up. Walks the line. Fires. That hit the post. Oh, that dinged off the post. Dennis Hull has it. 3:27 to go. First period. Hull trying to skate it out. Esposito. Over the line now. Esposito, a high shot. Esposito, Crozier again. We'll save it for a face-off. And again, some line changes. It'll be Makita versus Ullman on the face-off. Howe and Delvecchio, the forwards for Detroit. Esposito hangs back with Hull. This, by the way, is Action PC Hockey 2022. I bought it today just for this game. So Makita and Ullman on the face-off. Won by Esposito. That's interesting. Phil has control behind the net. Try and force a pass to Hull. Can he find Bobby? Bobby has possession. Bobby has a scoring chance. Gordie Howe trying to interfere. Hull slaps it. Save. He goes 5-hole and Crozier closes the legs. Okay, 2:55 to go in the opening period. 14-11, the shots in favor of Chicago. Esposito and Ullman now to the left of Crozier in the Detroit zone. Espo wants to draw this one back. He wins the faceoff. They've won a ton. Palat over to Bobby Hull. Back to Palat. To Espo behind the net. Hull is open by the left dot. Hull, scoring chance from the slot. Crozier gets a piece of it, clears it away, and it will bounce back to center ice. Now it'll be both teams changing up. 2:28 to go first period. Palat dumps it around. There's a fight for it. Hay has it over to Pat Stapleton, down to Keith Wareham. Wareham overskates it. Here come the rings. Delvecchio clears it out, gets control, drops it for Howe. Back to Delvecchio. Delvecchio to Ullman. Ullman now behind the net. Over to Delvecchio. Delvecchio, a long shot left side. His wrister, and Hall makes a good stop. 94 seconds to go in the period. Stapleton, Chicago clears it only to center. Kurt Bergman, now the right D. Skates it back in. 1:33 to go. Wings change on the fly. Andy Bathgate dumps it around the corner. Detroit will chase it down. Paul Henderson moves it to Gansby. Back to Bathgate. Bathgate kind of loses it. He overskates it. Here comes Pat Stapleton. 1:15 to go in the first period. Stapleton in possession. 1-1 score. Back to Moans. Over to Wareham. Stapleton to Hay. Hay. Denny Hay. Mishandles it, loses the puck last minute of the first period. Gansby. Both teams changing up. Now Barkley over to Bathgate. Bathgate in the Chicago zone. Back over to Barkley, the defenseman. Now Henderson. Henderson with a low shot. That's blocked by Jarrett. 40 seconds to go. Chicago clears it, but only to center. Now here's Bathgate. Over to Smith. Dumps it around for Bathgate. Burke Marshall. Back to Smith at the point. Smith overskates it. Hawks have it. 20 seconds to go. They'll get aggressive with it here at the end of the period. Bobby Hull has it. Hull up the ice. They're going to try to skate it in. 10 seconds to go. Maki has the zone for the Hawks. To Eric Nestorenko behind the net. There isn't anybody there. And they'll just dump it around to end the period. And so after 20 minutes here at Chicago Stadium on this November 10th, 1965, it's the Red Wings 1, the Blackhawks 1. Second period right after this. All right, so we'll give you Bobby Hull's stats after the first period. He had 3 shots. He had 3 scoring chances. He missed a shot. He had a giveaway. Did not take a face-off and skated 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Phil Esposito, 8 minutes and 9 seconds. Oh my God, what a horrible... D. Scott Howard has told me what that trade was. It was Phil Esposito, Ken Hodge, and Fred Stanfield for Pitt Martin, Gilles Marat, and a goalie named Jack Norris. Wow. So goals of the period, Bert Marshall. Really? From Andy Bathgate, and then Moans from Palat and Wareham. And that's how we got here at 13:07. Hopefully you are enjoying the game here. Been a while since I did Action PC Hockey. Let me take a drink. Scotty says equivalent to Brock for Berolio. Chicago on the bad end for both. Oh, wow. Anywho, Ullman and Esposito on the face-off as I said, we start the second period. The Wings win it. Delvecchio up the ice into the Chicago zone. Ullman has it. Ullman. Norm over to Delvecchio. Long shot left side. Just trying to find the net. He does. Hall saw that one all the way. Knocks it down, and he'll hold on. And this sellout crowd of 15,000 here in Chicago Stadium just kind of bewildered by this heavy rock and or roll being played between face-offs. Bathgate and Hay now. It'll be Andy Bathgate who wins the face-off for Detroit. Over to Smith. Smith, the wrister. Long shot. Hall makes the stop, and we'll have another face-off. A lot of face-offs here. 19:18 to go in the second period. McGregor and Nestorenko in front of Hall. Face-off won by Nestorenko. Down to Jarrett in the zone. Jarrett, Stanfield carries it down the left side. Dumps it around into the zone for Nestorenko. Nestorenko is actually going to take a shot. Misses that one wide right. And over the glass, and somebody has a souvenir. So Hay and Bathgate. Hay hopes to drop this back. Face off in the wing zone. Bathgate wins it. Andy's won a bunch this period. Smith carries it up, dumps it around. Henderson has it. Back to Andy Bathgate. Over to Gadsby. Gadsby moves around the puck and he loses control. Ravlich has it for the Hawks over to Bones. Back to Wareham. Wareham passes to Palat at the point. Moves it over to Wareham in the zone. Keith gets rid of it. Overskates it. Gadsby will have it. Here come the Wings the other way. 18:22. Chicago gets it back in the Detroit zone. Palat over to Hay. Hay behind the net. Going to go for Palat. A blue line special. Bathgate skating in the block. And that just misses everything wide right. 17:53 to go. Bounces around the corner. Henderson leaves it for Gadsby. Now Bathgate to Smith. Over the line. Smith. Slap shot on Hall, and Glenn makes the save. Some push and shove as McGregor and Nestorenko get ready for the face-off. 17:31 second period. 1-1 to score. Shots 15 aside. You can't get much more even than that. If you missed the beginning of the stream, these teams played 14 times in the regular season. In Chicago went 11-1-2 or 11-2-1. It was a couple hours ago when I looked. So Chicago really had the Wings number in the regular season. But when it came to the playoffs, the Wings won in 6. Nestorenko and McGregor. November 10th, 65, by the way, the date. McGregor wins the face-off for the Wings. He's got it. Over to Bert Marshall. Back to Barkley. Barkley looking to find somebody. He's going to take the shot himself. Barkley misses wide right. And here comes Fred Stanfield. 17:21. Stanfield breaks it out. Kanabaki chips it to center and taken away by Ab McDonald. Back over to McGregor. Hard pass to Barkley. Nestorenko with a big crush here. Come the Hawks. Stanfield Nesterenko at center, overskates it. Here come the Wings at center ice. Marshall to McDonald. McDonald on the wing. McDonald over to Hall. Now Barkley has the puck. There's Barkley. Shoots a rocket that Glenn Hall saw. And that's all that matters. Rebound is loose, controlled by Jarrett and the Hawks. Both teams change. 15:56 to go in the second. Here comes Denny Hay. Slaps it around and in. Moans to Wareham. Back over to Jarrett. Jarrett can't find anything. Loses the puck. Here come the Wings. Gordie Howe dumps it around the far corner. Fontaine picks it up to Barkley. And his wrister is seen all the way. And that will get you a face-off. 15:15 to go in the second period. 1-1. So Bobby Hull back on the ice with Esposito and Makita. Palat and Stapleton fill out the roster for the Hawks on the ice. It is Bathgate taking the face-off with Henderson and Smith, Gadsby and Watson. The defense, Bathgate and Espo, slapsticks on the ice, won by Andy Bathgate. Over to Smith, goes behind the net. Smith finds Bathgate. One-timer from Andy is blocked by Makita. A diving stop. Puck is loose, controlled by Stapleton. 14:59 to go in the second. 1-1 tie. Makita skates it up the ice, dumps it around the boards. Who's going to get it? Esposito's going to get it for Chicago. Back to Stapleton. Stapleton throws it on the net. That misses wide left. And controlled by Smith of the Wings. 14:39 to go. Brian Watson skates it around, misplays the puck. Chicago has it at center. Chicago going to try to be aggressive here. Esposito skates over the line. Over to Bobby Hull from Palat. Hull with a slapper. Hull! No! Crozier made the hole. And everyone's snapping their fingers down to the Adams family. Such a shame about the original Wednesday from that series passing away yesterday at the age of 64. Hay and Ullman at center for this face-off. Moans and Keith Wareham. Gordie Howe and Delvecchio, the forwards for the Wings. 17-16 the shots in favor of Detroit. 13:56 to go, second period. Hay hopes to draw this face-off back. Ullman is better with it, but Hay does get it. Over to Keith Wareham. Back to Palat. Now to Wareham behind the net. Dishes it out to Ravlich. Has it. Just hoping and praying as he throws it on the net, and Crozier makes the stop. And everybody not very happy right now. This has been a tight one here. 13:21, Nesterenko and McGregor now for the face-off. Stanfield and Maki out there with Nesterenko. McDonald and Hall, the forwards for... Yeah, it was good. Just mentioned that. Trying to figure out how to work that one in. In there for the Red Wings. And, of course, another television loss. The loss of Cindy Williams at 75. Shirley. So I believe all we have left is Lenny and someone else from that show. So Cindy Williams passes away today at the age of 75. McGregor and Nesterenko on the face-off. Won by Nesterenko. Now to Maki. Behind the net. Maki. Just going to pass it around. No one really open at this point. They dump it around for Nesterenko behind the net. Nesterenko's going to go for a wraparound. Nesterenko on Crozier, and Roger does it again. 18th shot by the Hawks. Marshall clears it to center. Nesterenko has it now to Stanfield. Stanfield dumps it around. Maki has it. Back to Jarrett at the point. Jarrett loses an edge, goes down. Here come the Wings. McGregor, he'll lose the puck. Chicago keeps it in the zone. Chicago, Nesterenko to Stanfield. Back to Maki behind the net. Maki going to try and feed Vasco at the blue line. Vasco's got it. He's got a slapper. Crozier saw that one all the way, and we got a face-off. But that puts Bobby Hull back on the ice. 11:45 to go, second period, 1-1. Esposito and McKenny on the face-off. It is won by Phil Esposito. Over to Hall. Crowd is up. Over to Stapleton. Stapleton controls to Makita. Now back to Hall. Behind the net. He's got Makita down low, wide open. Makita one-timer on the net. Crozier steers it away. And the puck is loose. McKenny's got it for the Wings. Fontaine over to Howe. Howe over the line. Howe hit by Bobby Hull, and the crowd roars. Stapleton has control for the Hawks. Plays it up to Makita. Over the line, 3-on-3 rush back to Stapleton. Stapleton finds Bobby Hull. Bobby Hull, a wicked slapper, and Crozier closes the glove. 10:36 to go. Hay and Ullman on the face-off. That's right, Squiggy, David Lander. Did he have ALS too? Was a huge baseball fan. He was actually, as Scotty reminds us, a scout for not only the Mariners, but I think the Pirates as well. Baseball tomorrow night, 8:30 Eastern. 2001, A Season Odyssey continues right here on Retro Sports Network. Hay out there with Wareham and Moans. Norm Ullman wins the face-off for the Wings. Now back over to Howe. Howe over the line for Detroit. Back to Marshall. Marshall to Ullman. Ullman from the left side circle. Saved by Hall. They will have a face-off. Andy Bathgate and Hay on the face-off. Detroit trying to get something going here. Face-off in the clock zone. Won by Hay. Skates it over now. Has a chance, but he came across. Offside. 9:57, halfway home here in this Bobby Hull tribute game. Face-off just outside the Detroit zone. Ullman and Esposito on the face-off, matching number 7s. Ullman will win the face-off. Now to Barkley. Skates it out of his own zone. Ullman to Howe. Gordy back to Barkley. It's not Chuck, and the shot misses wide right. Miss the net. Hodge has it. Hawks skated out. 9:41 to go in the second. Esposito chips it back out, but only to center before Barkley can get it. Now to Ullman. Ullman trying to put the pressure on. Finds Howe. Gordy. Right side wrister. Blocked by Vasco. Howe has it. Detroit trying for a second bite of the cherry. Barkley. What's Barkley going to do? Going to take the shot himself in traffic. Howe gets a deflection on it, but it deflects wide. And the Hawks will grab it. And they are forced to clear only to center. Ullman has it. 8:52 to go. Second period, 1-1. Wings and Hawks from Chicago. Gordy to McKenny. Moves it ahead. They'll dump and chase. McKenny scrambles. Right wing face-off circle, and Howe makes the save. 8.5 to go here. It'll be Bathgate and Hay. Hay, told to be normal with it, wins the face-off. Hay clears it back to the middle. Gadsby the other way for Detroit. Now Bathgate over the line. Smith, being pressure, gets rid of it. Blocked by Palat. Pierre blocks the shot. Wareham. Can they clear it? To Palat. Over to Hay. They dump and chase it around. Crozier behind the net. Sweeps it behind for Gadsby. Now to Smith. 7:37 to go in the period. Gadsby. Detroit on the rush. Blocked by Wareham. Wareham gathers it over to Hay. Now to Wareham. Chicago tries to move it up and out. Moans dumps it around for Hay. Over to Palat. Pierre to Wareham at the point. Stolen by Smith. Chicago couldn't get anything that time around. 7:01 to go. Everybody changing up. Gadsby. Center ice to Delvecchio. Over to Bergman. Delvecchio now in the zone for Detroit. Hit by Ravlich. Here come the Hawks. 6:43 to go. Hull down the right side. That's Bobby. Over, dumps it around for Esposito. Esposito with a slapper. Nikita in front of the net. Crozier gives up a rebound. Puck is low. He dumps it around for Gadsby and the Lions. I knew I would do that. I knew at some point I was going to say Lions or Tigers. Oh my. The Wings will clear it out. 6:25 to go. Both teams change up. Gadsby moves it out, and that's an icing call. And so we'll have a face-off in front of Crozier. 6:05 to go in the second period in a 1-1 tie. It'll be Esposito with Hull and Makita on the wings. McKinney with Fontaine and one, Gordie Howe. Espo and McKinney on the face-off. It is won by Esposito. Over to Bobby Hull. Crowd oohs and ahs. Tries to find Stapleton at the blue line and is stolen by Bernd Marshall. Marshall. What's he going to do? Oh, I have to hit a button. Marshall. 5:36 to go. Detroit changes up. Barkley sets up the breakout. Now to McDonald. Gathers it in. Flips it out. Only to center. Stapleton will take it. Chicago has it. Chicago tries to skate it in. Over to Hodge. Hodge over the line. Hodge, a heavy slapper, blocked by Barkley. 4:58 to go, second period. Marshall has it for the Wings. They play it off the glass and out. All the way down. Palat's got it. And the Hawks regroup behind their own net. Esposito now clears it out all the way down. Too far, however, as Detroit clears it. Down to Hall over the line. Hall to McGregor. McGregor between the dots and traffic. McDonald with a tip, but McDonald tips out wide left. And Dennis Hull will have it for the Hawks. 4:22 to go. Both teams changing up again. 5-on-5. Wareham has it now. Wareham over the line. Over to Bobby Hull. Crowd really happy now. Hull sets up Ravlich at the blue line. Ravlich with a wrist shot that goes horribly wide right. Controlled by Norm Ullman. Everyone will change it up. 3:50 to go, second period. Gadsby tries the breakout. Now to Henderson through center. Henderson over the line to Bathgate. Bathgate behind the net finds Watson. Back to Bathgate. Ravlich knocks him down, and the Hawks will get the puck. 3:15 to go. Moans will skate it up. Bobby Hull on the ice. Everybody standing up. Stapleton over the line. Has the zone. Plays it for Hull. Hull a wrister. Wide left. Not a good shot. It was off target. Puck is loose. Andy Bathgate has it over to Watson. 2:55 second period. Bathgate in trouble. Shoots it in. Palat will recover. No chance for Detroit. Penalty coming up, and it's going to be Esposito for tripping. So shots in the period only 7-7. Face-offs, the Hawks have won 24 of 36. This will be the second power play for the Wings. Both of the goals came in the first period, and they were both even strength. Nestorenko and McGregor on the face-off. Nestorenko will want to clear. McGregor wins it. Barkley over to Smith. Now to Bergman. Bergman, the defenseman, going to take the shot himself. Bergman shoots. Hall gives up the rebound. McGregor right by the net. What's going to happen here? Hall can't find it. Smith has it behind the net. Detroit passing it around. Now Smith. He's got a scoring chance. That's blocked by Paul Henderson. Didn't make it through traffic. Moans has it, and Chicago clears. So Detroit, 1:26 to go in the power play on the minor to Esposito. 2:05 to go in the period. 1-1 tie. Gordie Howe on the ice. Delvecchio over the line. He'll take a high slapper, blocked by Moans. And out of play, 1:48 to go in the period, 1:09 to go in the minor to Esposito. Ullman and Hay on the face-off. Howe and Delvecchio behind Ullman. Norm wins it. Delvecchio behind the net. Delvecchio spates it around, give and go. Delvecchio, a high shot blocked by Stapleton. That will be controlled by Pierre Palat. Chicago clears it off the glass and out. 41 seconds to go in the power play. Detroit changing up. Over the line they go. It's Smith. Back to Henderson. Henderson at the point. Hall sees that one all the way. Second shot for Detroit on this power play. The Hawks have outshot the Wings 22-21. 23 seconds to go on the Espo minor. And a minute 2 to go in the period. It's a lot to spit out here. Nestorenko and McGregor on the face-off. Puck is dropped, one by McGregor. Detroit trying to score. Bergman, the right D, over to Barkley. Back to Bergman. Gary Bergman is going to break his stick on that shot. The stick is shattered there. That should end the power play. Esposito is back on the ice. 39 seconds to go. Chicago trying to counterattack in the closing seconds. Ravlich up the boards to Nestorenko. Hit by Barkley. Detroit has it. Barkley at center now to Ullman. Ullman behind the net now. 20 seconds to go. Ullman fires it. Hall again with the save. 11 seconds to go. Esposito and McGregor on the face-off, because we're almost ready for the third period. Face-off is tied up, won by McGregor. Detroit will let the period run out, and after 40 minutes, no scoring in the period. Shots 10-7 in favor of the Wings. We'll tell you all about it right after this. Well, after 40 minutes, Bobby Hull has been on the ice now 13 minutes and 18 seconds, 14 shifts. Only 24 seconds on the power play. He did kill a penalty. 5 shots, 4 scoring chances, 2 missed shots, a hit, and a giveaway. Pierre Palat has been on the ice longer than anybody. 19 minutes and 31 seconds. For the Wings, Paul Henderson's been on the ice 15 and a half minutes. Gordie Howe, by the way, has 2 penalties. Face-off 24-16 in favor of Chicago. Hits 7-2 in favor of Chicago. Blocks 10-4 in favor of Chicago. And both teams have been blanked on the power play. And there was no scoring in the second period. The guys in the pictures back then all look like they're well past 40. It was a rough life, yeah, wasn't it? I mean, Stan Mikita looks about 60 years old in that snapshot, doesn't he? All right, 20 minutes to go here, third period. I'm not Dave Gardner when it comes to calling hockey, so I don't do a lot of this. Hopefully it sounds okay. So Esposito and Ullman on the face-off dot as we start the third period here from Chicago Stadium. Esposito wins the face-off. Bobby Hull knocked off the puck by Delvecchio. Here come the Wings at center. Crowd oohs and ahs at that. Bergman gains his own, back to Gadsby. Delvecchio's got it, moves it over to Gordy. Back to Gadsby. Gadsby with a shot. Gadsby blocked by Palat. Makita. 19:13 to go in the hockey game. Bobby Hull, rink-wide pass to Esposito. Over the line. Esposito's going to have a chance back to Hull. Bobby Hull behind the net. And try and feed Esposito at center. Esposito's got a shot. Esposito. Oh, Crozier again. What a save by Roger Crozier. Rebound is loose. Howe and Makita fight for it. They battle it out along the boards. Howe has it. Dishes it out to Ullman. Now to Gordy. Over the wall to Delvecchio. Stapleton cuts it off. Delvecchio knocked down by Makita. And Stan is going to get called for a cross-check. So 1:34 into the third period. And the Wings will take their third power play of the game. They are 0 for 2. Ullman and Hay on the face-off. Detroit 1, Chicago 1. Shots 23-22 in favor of the Hawks. Hay and Ullman in the Chicago zone. Hay wins the face-off. Moans will clear it out to Delvecchio behind the net. And with 1:43, Detroit starts this chance. Ullman over the line. Norm shoots a long shot. Rebound Hall. He saves it. The rebound is loose. Norm Ullman behind the net now. Ullman trying to find Gordy. Uh-oh, Gordy's in the crease. He scores! Gordie Howe. Well, the original shot was by Ullman. And he flipped it off the pad of Glenn Hall. Ullman got the rebound, went behind the net, saw Gordie Howe streaking towards the net, fed Gordy, and it went boom, boom, and it's 2-1 Detroit. So the Makita penalty now looms large. Is Steve Tate still here? As Howe scores at 2:18 of the third period. Remember, there's no overtime should we get that far. So if the Hawks are going to bail me out and win Bobby Hull's tribute game, they need 2 in the next 17:42. Nestorenko and Bathgate at center ice, won by Nestorenko. Maki over the line for Chicago to Nestorenko. Eric has a wrister blocked by Smith. Marshall. Bert Marshall has a goal in this one already. Steers it to center. Nestorenko recovers. Gets back over the line. Tries to find Maki. He'll lose the puck. Bert Marshall again. 17:04 to go in the hockey game. Center ice. It's going to be Pat Stapleton. Chicago trying to be aggressive over to Maki. Maki over the line. Over to Nestorenko. He loses the puck. Chicago needs to gather themselves here. Bathgate clears it. 16:03 to go. Andy taken by Palat behind the net now for Chicago as they break it out. Wareham has it at center. Can't get past Marshall. Takes it away. Detroit has it at center. It's going to be Gadsby to McGregor. Dumps and chases it. They give it up. Here's Moans for the Hawks. 15:28 to go in the hockey game. 2-1 Wings. Hay clears it to center. Taken away by McGregor. Over to Hall. Can't get gets it through Vasco, by the way. Hall to McGregor. Back to Hall. Vasco now with the check against the glass. And Chicago is able to take it off until McDonald knocked down Hay. Detroit has it at center. Ullman. 14:24 to go. 2-1 Wings. Gadsby. It dumps it around as everyone changes. It'll be Jarrett now as Chicago takes over. Chicago trying to break it out. Vasco. Now Bobby Hull. Everyone standing. Clears it, but loses the puck. Norm Ullman grabs it. Skates it behind his own net. They've tried to break it around the corner now. Delvecchio behind his net now to Kyle. Over to Gadsby. Delvecchio. Delvecchio has a scoring chance. Alex Delvecchio. Hall with a stop. So it'll be Esposito, Bobby Hull, and San Mikita out there for the Hawks. 13:20 to go. 25-23. Shots in favor of the Wings. Esposito and Bathgate. Chicago trying to be aggressive. They need two here. Moans. Chips it forward to Mikita. Over the line. Mikita. Bobby Hull. One-timer. The crowd takes a deep breath. Crozier gives up the rebound. What a save by Roger. Puck is loose in front. Bert Marshall knocks it away only to Bobby Hull. Hull behind the net. Hull has a cross-ice pass to Mikita. Mikita almost in the crease. He's in the slot. He's got a shot. Mikita. Oh, again, another save by Crozier. He gloves it. Spits it out. Puck is loose. Gives it to Marshall, and the Wings will clear it. Henderson the other way over the line. Gives it to Andy Bathgate. Back to Henderson. Henderson with a low slapper. That's going to miss wide left. Controlled by Bobby Hull. 12:35 to go. Hull. Chicago wants to clear. They do. They change it up. Moans dumps it around. And that's an icing call. 12:17 to go. So 2-1 Wings. Shots are now even at 25. Esposito and Ullman take the face-off deep into Chicago zone. Espo draws it back. Now to Mikita. Knocked off by Bergman. Detroit has it at center. The Wings, 11:57 to go. That's Bergman. Bergman, as both teams change it up. McGregor over the line. Stapleton checks him around. Blackhawks going to skate it the other way. 11:40 to go. Nestorenko dumps it around. They battle for the puck. Maki has it for the Hawks. Maki. Now to Stapleton. To Palat. Nestorenko. Eric's going to have a chance to penetrate. Going to try it. Nestorenko's spinorama. He does. He skates around his defender. He shoots, and Crozier again makes a stop. And now there's going to be Bergman and Nestorenko get called for roughing. They've been jawing at each other for the last hour. And they both get called for it. And so we go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. So 11:10 to go. In a 2-1 hockey game, the Wings lead. Wareham and Smith on the face-off. 4-on-4. Wareham wins it, drops it back to Jarrett. Jarrett going to take the long shot. Crozier gloves it, and we'll get another face-off, another scrum. So this time it's Mikita and Bobby Hull. Mikita will take the face-off against Delvecchio. Howe and Delvecchio the forwards for the Wings. 1:27 to go in the matching minors. 10:37 to go in the game. Mikita wins the face-off. Over to Palat. Palat now to Bobby Hull behind the net. Has Mikita wide open in the crease. Mikita one-timer again, a rebound given up by Crozier. Another beautiful save. Puck is loose. Bobby Hull has it behind the net. Bobby's going to try a wraparound. Hull, can he score in his own tribute game? No. Crozier again with the save. He got a skate on it. Puck is loose. Controlled by Brian Watson. And the Wings will clear it out. 41 seconds to go in the matching minors. Here's Gordy. Over to Barkley. Now to Howe. Delvecchio behind his own net. We're behind the net now. Howe. Oh my goodness. Point blank range for Gordie Howe. Are you kidding me? Howe scores. The Hawk defense just let Gordie Howe just kind of skate right to the crease, and it's his second goal. And with 9:18 to go, it's a Ron Juckett tribute game. It's the Red Wings 3, the Hawks 1. So this time the goal comes at 10:42. Howe is second of the game from Del Vecchio. 8 seconds left to 4-on-4. Smith and Wareham at the face-off dot. Wareham just clears it. Detroit will take over. Gadsby over to Henderson. Clears it back. Penalties are over. 9:10 to go. The Hawks have their work cut out for them. Moans skates it over the line. Back to Nestorenko, fresh out of the box. Eric, a long shot. Crozier makes that save. Face-off coming, 8:46 to go. 3-1 Wings. Chicago has outshot Detroit 30-26. But Gordie Howe doesn't want to hear about outshooting. He has scored 2 point-blank goals on Glenn Hall. Esposito and McKenny on a face-off. Esposito hopes to draw it back. McKenny wins it for Detroit. Gains the zone the other way. Back to Fontaine. Howe, McKenny, they play tic-tac-toe. Gordie looking for the hat trick. Passes to Fontaine. Low shot through traffic. Hall saw that one off his stick. Reflects it out of play. And Dennis Hall, I think, caught a piece of that puck because they're holding his neck. And he is out. So 8:09 to go. It'll be Big Brother Bobby, Phil Esposito, and Kenny Hodge on the face-off against McKenny. Howe and Fontaine. 3-1 Wings. Esposito. Over the hole, over the line. Bobby. Bobby's got it behind the net. They're going to cycle it around. 7:51 to go. Palat to Esposito. Esposito. Going to penetrate past Watson. Esposito dives to the net, gets around, has a chance, and Crozier is the Great Wall of Detroit. They've had some good chances on him, but Roger has seen them all the way. So Hay, Moans, and Wareham, 7:29 to go. 3-1 Red Wings on Bobby Hull's tribute night. Hawks get the puck. Hay to Vasco. Now Wareham behind the net. Going to try Vasco out for the long pass, but Bergman checked him off, and the Wings have it. 6:57, Henderson over the line, over to Gadsby. Back to Smith. Smith will shoot. Hall gives up the rebound. The puck is loose. Off the stick. Back to Henderson. Henderson with a rebound shot. That's wide left. Or wide right, rather. Wareham's got it. Now to Moans. 6:29 to go. Moans over the Detroit line to Hay. Hay with a low slapper. Easy save for Crozier. We go under 6 to go in the game. Crozier loses his stick, however. Andy Bathgate will grab it over to Henderson. Detroit dumps it around. And they'll take the icing call just so Crozier could find his paddle. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie, a goalie without a paddle is not a good thing. So 5:45 to go. 3-1 Wings. McKenny and Esposito with Bobby Hull and Ken Hodge. Esposito hopes to win the face-off here. He does. Draws it back to Hull. Hull open to Feege Hodge right in the slot. Bobby is hit by Gordie Howe. Checked off the puck, and the Wings will take it. McKenny. Now to Howe. Back to McKenny. Howe's on a hat-trick bid, by the way. Fontaine dumps it around. Glenn Hall will dump it around for Stapleton. And the Hawks will regroup. 5:08 to go. They got to be aggressive with it now. They trail by 2. Palat. Now into the Detroit line. Bobby Hull. Hull, a hard wrister that misses wide left. That missed a target. Fontaine has it. Detroit will skate it out. And with 4:45, everyone's going to change up. 3-1 wings. Barkley for Detroit. To have McDonald. Dumps it around for McGregor. McGregor bounces it over his stick. 4.5 to go. Palat and Stapleton break it out the other way. Now to Espo behind the net. Espo's going to try a wraparound shot. Phil on Crozier. Again, point blank range, and Crozier doesn't blink. 3:51 to go. Bathgate and Hay on the face-off. Hay has it. Now to Moans. Back to Jarrett now from Wareham. Chicago needs something right now. Moans behind the net. Has Hay open by the left face-off dot. Hay between the dots. Can't get the shoots, but can't score. Crozier again. He has stopped 33 of 34 in this one. 3:18 to go. Nestorenko out there with Stanfield and Maki. McGregor, McDonald, and Hall out there. That's Murray Hall, who again looks about 45 in that picture. Nestorenko and McGregor out there on the face-off in front of Crozier. It is won by Nestorenko. Over to Stanfield. Stanfield and Nestorenko. Eric behind the net. They will cycle it around. 2:57 to go in the game. Detroit 3-1. Nestorenko tries to field Stanfield down the half wall. Nestorenko's knocked off the puck. Detroit got a hard one. Chicago didn't like it. Hall now over the line for the wings. Over to Bergman. Bergman to McDonald. Over to McGregor left point. Back to McDonald. McGregor. Detroit just taking all the time that they want. 2:06 to go. Chicago in possession. They need 2. Vasco. Over to Stanfield. Dumps it around for Maki. Maki to Nestorenko. 1:39 to go. Wines. Fires. Crozier with a stop. Detroit calls time with 1:39. And so it's first liners all the way now. Chicago will pull the goalie as soon as it's reasonable to do so. They trail by 2. Esposito and Ullman on the face-off. Won by Norm Ullman. Ullman clears it to center. Stan Mikita. 1:34 to go. Esposito to Palat. Back to Esposito. Now to Mikita behind the net. 1:24. They'll pull the goalie. It's Bill Hay. They'll cycle it. 1:24 to go. Hay, the extra skater. Palat. Now to Mikita from Hull. Back to Palat. Pierre. Just going to take the shot. 1:21 to go. Bad angle shot through traffic. Another save by Crozier. Stick save. The rebound is loose. Knocked away by Bergman. Mikita's got it. Mikita will find Hay outside. 1:18 to go. Hay tries to slap it in traffic. Bergman with a block. Bergman's got it and clears it out. Now Bobby Hull with 1:15. Hull. Chicago looking for a miracle. Espo plays it into space. They'll dump and chase along the boards. Bobby Hull's got it. Hull. Now to Mikita. Back to Palat. Back to Bobby Hull. Mikita, an outside shot. 1:08. Mikita shoots. Another save by Crozier. Goodness gracious. He gloves it. Rebound is loose. Back to Hull. Bobby, another shot and a save by Crozier. He kicks this one away. 8 shots for Hull, nothing doing. Hull with a 9th chance, maybe. Nope. Makita, the puck is frozen along the board. Chicago's gets it out. 1:02 to go. Mayor Daley has dispatched a SWAT team to run the hippies out of the organist booth. Yep, one of those nights, let me tell you. Makita, 1:02 to go. Flings it. Blocked by Gadsby. Detroit can't clear it. Hey, they need a timeout, I would think, 1:01. He's going to take the shot himself. 38 shots now for Chicago. Shoots it into traffic. Delvecchio gets a piece of that one. Controlled by Bobby Hull. Hull behind the net. Passes it out cross ice to Stapleton. Stapleton. Right face-off circle. Blocked by Detroit. Last minute. Delvecchio gets the block. Now to Hay. Hay. Gonna just shoot it. Throws it at the net. Hull tries to deflect it. Deflected wide left. Gadsby has it for the Wings. They clear it. Espo. 50 seconds to go. The Hawks have huffed and puffed, and Roger Crozier's house is made of brick. Stapleton over to Palat. 43 seconds to go. Esposito over the line, over to Makita, to Palat, back to Hull. Hull gonna try to skate around Gordie Howe. He does. He shoots high. Crozier again. Bobby Hull has been stymied 9 times. Rebound is loose in front of the net. 36 seconds to go. Stapleton. Now to Makita. Tries to feed Espo. Delvecchio with a check. Here come the Wings. 30 seconds. Delvecchio at center. Makita nails him. Chicago's got it. Everyone's upset now. 25 seconds to go. Esposito over the line. Hard pass to Bobby Hull. Back out to Hay. 18 seconds. Gordie Howe with a big hit. That should do it. Detroit's going to win this one by the score of 3-1. And how dare Gordie Howe steal Bobby Hull's night? The Hawks put up 17 shots in the third and get absolutely stymied. And the Wings blocked 5 shots. So scoring in the third period, it was all Gordie Howe. A power play goal at 2:18 from Norm Ullman, and then a second. Both of them were just point-blank shots on Glenn Hall, and Howe scored them both. The other one from Delvecchio. The goalies, Roger Crozier, played out of his cotton-picking mind tonight. 38 shots, 37 saves. Glenn Hall, not a bad night, not a good night either. And if it was a regular game, you would have to think that Crozier would be the #1 star and Gordie #2. But because it's a tribute game, and Bobby Hull is obviously going to be the #1 star, Gordie's going to be the #2 star, and Crozier will be the #3 star. Bobby Hull, 9 shots, 5 scoring chances. He missed 4 shots. He gave a hit, took it away, gave away the puck, skated 22 minutes and 33 seconds, and again went 0 for 9. Moans was the only one that scored. Yeah, Bert Marshall with a goal. So shots on goal, 39-28 in favor of Chicago. They won 37 face-offs. And so, it was a typical Ron tribute game. Hopefully you got a taste of how hockey was played then and again. I'm not the best hockey announcer. That's Mr. Gardner's thing. So thanks for bearing with me for this. The final score, it'll be Detroit 3, the Chicago Blackhawks 1. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8:30 for baseball. Have a good one, everybody. So long.